All right, this is Roger.
The house is open. How are you doing, sir?
Good. Red Bone Magic Brewery.
That's right.
All right, Roger's good enough to take us on a tour. We're going to see what this place is all about.
Good. Let me tell you about Red Bone first, though. Red Bone is my father-in-law's nickname. His name was Red Bone Lindsay. He drank 5 cases of beer a day. I mean, an avid beer drinker. So this is kind of in his honor. He died 10 years ago, and so we've got one beer called Stella's Migraine Headache that is a beer named after Red Bone's wife, which is my wife's mother. So anyway, father-in-law, mother-in-law, kind of a capture of the wonderful things that I remember them from. So welcome in. Let's go on back and have us a couple of beers.
All right, sounds great.
We're entering our brew house and our brew room, so come on in. I'll introduce you to my head brewer, Chandler Turner. Chandler has been with us since we've started and opened up. He's responsible for these wonderful beers. Chandler had some brewing experience up in North Carolina, up in Asheville, so we're very fortunate to have him on board and cranking out those brews that people are really, really liking. So
I'm just happy that they like them.
Yeah, Chandler, it sounds like an interesting job.
Yeah,
How long have you been doing it?
Well, a little over 8 years now. Going on 9.
Okay.
I've been doing it since I was about 20. So.
How'd you get started in it?
Actually, man, it was just by chance.
Just is that one of those accident things?
I've always been into biology and chemistry and stuff like that.
Just made it work for you?
Yeah, I mean, history was always my favorite subject. So I approached this brewmaster in Alabama, and I just asked him, if I could learn from him. I'd love to learn the process and everything. And he said, sure. And it turned out he was like one of the top brewers in the country. I didn't even know it. And he ended up hurting himself, and he needed me more. And I just kind of absorbed everything.
Worked your way up?
Yeah, I just absorbed everything that he taught me, and then went from there. And we went to all these different breweries and helped him, get on their feet. And I learned a lot from the man. I mean, he was really brilliant. His name is Jamie Gray.
Great.
I ended up running his distillery for him for about 3 years too. Made moonshine, vodka, and gin. That was fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But beers, I like making beer better. It's just you can only be so creative with alcohol, with liquor.
Right.
Beer, I mean, the sky's the limit. I mean,
Kind of like wine. Wine. I used to make some wine back in the day. I worked at a winery, and I got a lot of free grapes after they were picked, and kind of got into making my own wines, and that gets really interesting too.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how creative you want to be with it. I mean, I like to think of it as liquid art.
There you go.
And this is my canvas.
There you go. I like that.
And my favorite part of it, man, is people loving what I make.
Right.
I mean, I really enjoy it, and I'm that small percentage of people that actually get to do their passion for a living. And,
Yes. Well, I believe if you love what you do a better job.
Yeah, that, and I mean, you're never really going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy being able to be creative with it, and I love what I do. I mean, that's my favorite part for sure.
All right.
Yeah.
You were showing me the other day how the carbon monoxide in the water.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Yeah.
Carbon monoxide too.
Yeah. Well, you go to see.
Carbon dioxide will too, but it'll suffocate you if you don't have oxygen. But
Right.
what you're seeing is carbon dioxide is escaping. The byproduct of fermentation is you're creating alcohol and you're expelling the carbon dioxide. We use a lot of that carbon dioxide for natural carbonization of the beer, or we hook it up to carb lines like you see here, which we use carbon dioxide that is created from a company standpoint, and we carb the beer up with a carb stone. We're just putting head pressure on this one to carb it up over a natural way, but we can shut these valves off and let that carbon dioxide build up inside, and it will naturally carbonate. And so in this particular beer here, we've got a lot of natural carbonization or carbon dioxide. I'll draw one of these. You can see coming from the bright tank here, you see the carbon dioxide that's it's developed, and
Right.
a lot of that is natural. We have put some outsourced carbon dioxide on that.
That Oktoberfest is all natural.
Oktoberfest here is all natural. Let me do something kind of out of the ordinary and pour beer out. You usually don't pour beer out.
All of you.
Yeah, I'll go. There you go.
This is for the camera, so you can see the Oktoberfest that we're brewing is
Wow.
all naturally carbonated. You can see a little beer on the bottom there.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of it is natural carbon dioxide. We hadn't put any carb on this other than when it's done naturally. So
Right.
we shut the valves off. That way the carbon dioxide can't escape and it builds
Builds up, sure.
Yeah. And so it all comes from our complete line of equipment. We start with the rolling mill, which rolls the grain through it and cracks it open, exposes it to the hot water that we use in our hot liquor tank. We've got our RO water that we purify and take it down to about 2 microns. And then we re-profile our water by adding back to it what we want and what the yeast likes. Our job here is to keep yeast happy. You can keep the yeast happy, you'll have good beer. Keep the bugs out of it, you'll have good beer.
Right.
And so that's two of the things that we really work at, keeping the sanitation right and keeping the yeast happy.
Gotcha.
That way you have good beer. So our brew house is a 10-barrel system. We bought it from American Beer Equipment out of Lincoln, Nebraska. These guys are pretty good people. They do a good job. They've got a great facility over in Lincoln. I encourage you to go by and visit with them, and if you're trying to get into the beer business, that should be one of your considerations. Their stuff is very quality, and they help you, and they're good people. So we appreciate them a lot. Our brewery is made up of a cold storage area, which you can see there. You see our storage area is pretty full right now. We keep beers on tap that we brew for our own place.
Oh, yeah.
Also store our food in here. So
Great.
this stays at about 39 degrees.
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
And then our tap room is supplied by our tap area. And this is where we deliver beer to our taps.
Right.
It stays at about 37 degrees.
Right.
And, we try to keep it a little colder than most craft brew places will keep it, because Texarkana is not a craft brew town. We're getting there.
Right.
So people are used to drinking our big box beers, which we have also, Michelob Ultra and Bud Light and all of those, from Eagle Distributing and GG's Distributing. And so we like having those on board, because these people here are what I call country rednecks, and they like their light beer.
Yes.
So we try to brew beers that are light also, but it's hard to duplicate some of the major brand beers that's
Right.
out there. But we don't mind. I'm not one of these beer geeks that doesn't like the big box people. We love the big box beer also, and we sell that as well as our beer too.
Varieties. Yeah,
It's a
spice of life.
variety, and for this town, it works.
There you
I'm a
go.
marketing guy first. I sell what people want. So
There you go.
that's the way I am.
Now, you were showing me the other day about the hops, different,
Hops,
or the barley maybe.
well, the barley is, we use different types of barley. Most all of your beers start off with a base malt, which makes up 50 to 80% of every beer that's brewed. We use specialty malts that's dumped in it, that are roasted, that give it different color, different flavor profiles. The yeast also, using different yeast, gives it different flavor profiles. So there's a lot of ways to change the taste, the color, and the acidity of the beer. Hops, you can hop it up to where it's very bitter, or you can use different hops and lower amounts of it to make it mellow and not so bitter. Our big thing here in Texarkana is aftertaste. You get a big, heavy aftertaste. Most people don't like that in this town.
I can relate.
Some people like it. We don't. And so our job is to brew beer, more of a dry beer. That way we can eliminate the aftertaste. that makes people like our beer a lot.
Different parts of the country like different beers.
Oh, absolutely.
You get to get up north, they like different beers. Down south, out west, east.
Absolutely.
So you have to kind of brew for what the area calls for.
Absolutely. You say IPA or you say stout in this town, and they back up from it.
Right,
Now,
exactly.
Keep in mind, we do have people coming from all parts of the country that ask for stouts and ask for IPAs. So those are here also.
Right.
But for the biggest part of the people here that we're trying to keep in on a daily basis,
The regulars, yeah.
we got to keep it to where the regulars are happy.
There you go.
And so we do stouts also. We're doing a honey porter right now. We do an IPA that's called a Texarkana IPA. We use mango and we use blood orange on the front end to give it a juicy taste. We call it our Phantom Killer Creepy Juicy IPA.
Oh, neat.
And so that indicates that a front end that's juicy, a back end that's dry, that doesn't have aftertaste, and that's how we manage the taste profile that allows this town to accept us. We got to make money to stay in business.
Right.
And the only way you can stay in business is make what they like.
Exactly.
So I'm not a proud guy, I'm a marketing guy.
There you go. Okay. Maybe you have an outdoor facility?
Absolutely. Well, come on and we'll take a look at that. Go ahead, Jim.
Beautiful bar area, plenty of tables, lots of seating.
This is our tap room. What we feature is a wood-fired pizza oven that's 100% wood-fired. It has a gas component to it, but we never use it. It creates a pizza that is unique, has a different taste, a different texture, and it produces a pizza about every 7 or 8 minutes. So getting them in, get them out is very important here.
Right on.
We also feature community seating. Our seating is made to allow people to sit with each other. It's not a clique place.
I like the big tables, yeah.
It's a place that the idea came from overseas, over in Europe. In Europe, this place would be called a public house.
Right.
And the public house is where the name pub came from. And what a pub is something that people come together as a community and they discuss certain things and they talk about certain things and they get to know each other a little better. And that's what this country's missing, is people coming together and wanting to interact and intermingle with each other.
I'm
We're not
with
a
you.
clique, we're not a special group, we're not a group that's gonna tell you not to come in here. We will accept anybody. We love everybody, and that's why we set it up the way we did.
Beautiful.
This is my wife, Debbie. Debbie is actually the owner of Redbone Magic.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I love meeting the owner.
But he takes care of everything. I just own it. He takes care of everything.
Well, I don't know whose job I would want. Probably both.
I pull the sled.
That's
okay?
right.
There you go.
Anyway, we've been married for 45 years.
Fantastic.
And like I said, the place is named after
my
her
dad.
dad.
Right, right. I love that.
And the magic's, of course, because of him. Yes, that's right.
There you go.
Couldn't do without him. Yeah.
All right.
What we put together is a place for kids, a place for adults to come and sit and be comfortable. The problem we've had with this is the heat. It's too hot to come back here. This is like a brick oven during the day when
Right.
it's 97 degrees. But what we've got is something that once our temperature begins to fall.
Spring
down,
and fall kind of a hangout.
It's a hangout place. We've got a couple of old trucks that was furnished to us by a farmer in Hooks called Joe Hart. Joe found these trucks for us and purchased them for us, and we brought them in and took the flatbeds of the trucks and welded them together to make our
Make a
stage.
stage. That is outstanding.
We actually saw this concept over in Dallas at a place called the Truck Yard. And so we kind of did a lot of research and a lot of development and going around to different areas to pick and choose the features that we thought would be good for this place. We've got an outside beer delivery system, 16 taps out here, that once we get our outside going, people will buy tokens on the inside and they'll come trade it for beer on the outside. So
Neat idea.
once this gets to going, we also have some major cornhole tournaments. You can come down and see. I'm a woodworker. I built all of these tables. I built everything in here. I built all the light fixtures, all the tables.
Wow.
Everything in my shop at my house.
These are neat tables.
It was a passion. I found these tables at a place called Bearded Fox in Austin. And so we went and visited all these places and I picked and choose. These tables right here came from Fredonia in Nacogdoches. So
Yes.
a lot of breweries were contributing to my designs and the things that I thought was good. And so I built these based on what I saw and what I researched. Cornhole tournaments, we usually have two 16-team tournaments in one day, so we'll have 32 teams competing. And I built all these cornhole boards and did all the artwork. I own Sports Magic, which is a screen printing and embroidery company, and I do all the graphics for these boards and have them printed and apply them to the boards with a laminate.
Well, Roger, I got a funny one for you. I've never played this game. You believe that? I would love to, but the opportunity has never come my way.
You know, it's a fun game. I've played it a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you, to be in this tournament, you better be good.
Better know what you're doing, huh?
These guys will throw 4 holes in a row. And
Wow, yeah.
And the tagline out here is "Your hole is my goal."
There you go. All righty.
But it's a fun place. You know, I enjoy being here. I've ran other businesses throughout my life, but this is one of the most fun businesses I've ever been in. I enjoy the people. I enjoy the ambiance. I enjoy this building, and I enjoy everything here. And I enjoy people like you that come in and try to help support us. I mean, that's what we get when you're really doing it for the right reasons. You know?
Yes, I love the small mom and pop atmosphere. I like the microbreweries. I love everything about this place. When my daughter brought me in here the other day